Central America, there's a beautiful country full of life and excitement in every city. It's a place with kind, welcoming people and unforgettable delicious food. Despite some negative stereotypes, its incredible architecture, a long and tumultuous history, and stunning nature have all managed to attract tourists. This picturesque country is Mexico. Mexico, a large country in Central America, borders the U.S. to the north and Guatemala and Belize to the south. The Gulf of Mexico lies to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west, giving it over 10,000 kilometers of coastline. It spans 1,973,000 square kilometers and is home to 127 million people. Mexico has the 14th largest economy in the world and is the second largest in Latin America after Brazil. The incredible economic development in the 1970s and 1980s was fueled by the extraction of its large natural gas and oil reserves. Today, much of Mexico's growing wealth still comes from its oil. The country's currency is the Mexican peso. Economically, it's similar to other South American countries, with the average income around $800 a month. This land was once home to many civilizations like the Mayas and Aztecs, who nearly vanished after the Spanish arrived, but their pyramids and ziggurats remained scattered throughout Mexico. After Spain's invasion in 1521, Mexico was a Spanish colony for 3 centuries. It declared independence from Spain in 1810, leading to a long war until 1821. Later, large areas like Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona were occupied by the U.S. and permanently annexed, which is why many Mexicans, especially nationalists, view the U.S. as aggressive and imperialistic. Despite this, those who aren't well off consider migrating to the U.S. due to the stark economic differences. Living conditions are generally better in the southern parts of Mexico than in the north, which is also more dangerous and arid. For example, in Tijuana on the U.S. border, many people try to cross into the U.S. illegally. From above, you see almost no residential areas on the U.S. side because Americans prefer not to deal with Mexican refugees. The nearest major cities on the Mexican side are San Diego and Los Angeles, cities many Mexicans dream of living in. Even though they don't have a lot of spending power, like in countries such as Colombia, they still find reasons to celebrate and have fun every weekend. Although most of Mexico is in North America, the lifestyle there is more akin to South American countries. Every city you visit in Mexico is vibrant and values street art highly. But naturally, the most fascinating and economic center of the country is Mexico City, situated in the middle of the country and the largest Spanish-speaking city in the world. Around 20 million people live there, making it the busiest city globally. The city has beautiful buildings and warm-hearted people. Mexico City is full of historical neighborhoods where you can see remnants of Spanish colonial times. It has the highest number of urban museums in the world, along with squares, historic buildings, parks, and festivals that can keep you entertained for days, especially its streets filled with charming old buildings. Cooking is one of the most important aspects of Mexican culture and a major tourist draw. One highlight of Mexico City is the street food vendors who start early in the morning offering cheap, varied, and delicious food. Mexican cuisine is rich in aroma, color, and flavor, with chili peppers, pickles, and various sauces being staple ingredients. One of the most popular dishes is the taco, a small round cornbread that can be topped with almost anything. There might be as many types of tacos as there are Mexicans. Moreover, Mexicans love Coca-Cola, consuming it in vast quantities. There's a city called San Cristobal in Mexico that has the highest Coca-Cola consumption in the world. It's no surprise that this city also has the highest diabetes-related mortality rates. People here are so addicted to Coca-Cola that they even use it in religious ceremonies. Mexico boasts rich cultural diversity and, like Brazil, is known for its engaging ceremonies and carnivals. One of the most famous festivals is the Day of the Dead, when families prepare grave sites for the spirit's return. During this time, homes and graves are decorated with flowers, and the dead are commemorated. Even the souvenirs in Mexico reflect the significant role the afterlife plays in their culture. Additionally, families here are large as there's little belief in population control. People value family highly and believe that living in large families brings happiness. Mexico has the largest Spanish-speaking population in the world. Almost a third of all Spanish speakers live there. In smaller, non-touristy cities, it's tough to find someone who speaks English. Mexico has long been a popular tourist destination for North Americans, but recently, it has gained global popularity. Due to its vast size, Mexico has a diverse climate, making it impossible to recommend a specific season for visiting, though generally, spring and fall are the best times. Since Mexico is so large and has many interesting cities, you'll likely need to travel within the country. Buses are the main public transportation, but for long distances, consider using budget airlines. Beyond the capital, another attractive tourist city is the coastal city of Cancun in the east. Known for its luxurious hotels, it's a playground for wealthy tourists and one of the country's most expensive areas, offering more security compared to inland regions. Since Cancun is a hub for nightlife, you'll see long lines at clubs, each with its unique style, and some even have dancers outside to attract customers. It could be said that Cancun is the Antalya for Americans, who party there until dawn. During the day, there are many cafes and restaurants that tourists can visit, though you won't see many locals there as the city caters almost entirely to affluent tourists. From Mexico City, a 2-hour drive can take you to Puebla, the country's fourth largest city, known for its historical texture and beautiful crafts, attracting many tourists from Mexico and abroad. It's worth noting that the entire city center of Puebla is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. All cities in Mexico are beautiful, but Guanajuato might be the most beautiful. It's a city known for its numerous historical buildings and narrow, old streets, also listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The best way to enjoy its beauty and see its many attractions is to walk around the city. There are numerous squares throughout the city with fascinating architecture. Overall, delicious food, intriguing cultures, beautiful beaches, and diverse wildlife make Mexico a popular tourist destination, worth visiting despite its risks and dangers. Although some of the world's most dangerous criminal groups are present and 10 of the world's most dangerous cities are in Mexico, Those who have moved there and live there say that despite what the media says, the country is not that dangerous. However, always make sure to take all necessary safety precautions. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.